Hazelcat, Hazelcat, rescue cat who knows where it's at. Use a chair for her bed, pair of cymbals by her head. Look out, here comes the Hazelcat.
With this episode, we've added a narrator.
Most boys get girl trouble sooner or later. And this goes even for a teenager with superpowers like Peter Parker, alias the amazing Spiderman. Listen.
Golly, Susan, why can't you go with me to the harvest hop?
I guess I'm just too busy, Peter. Oh, look, there's Roy Robinson, star player on the team.
That guy Robinson.
He has everything. He's the star football player, he's strong, good-looking, and his dad is a multimillionaire.
Owns the Robinson Chemical Laboratories outside town. Gets all those big top-secret government contracts.
Oh, hi, Princess. Still going around with little boys, eh?
Susan thinks if Peter wants her attention, he should try out for the football team, as if that would be fair with his abilities. What he really should do is go chase a girl who isn't quite so shallow.
What's the use? Women.
Can't live with him, wouldn't exist without him. He decides to go try out for the team, but he's too late. The roster is full. And besides, a scrawny little guy like him playing football is laughable.
Tell you what I'll do, kid. I need a boy to carry water. You want the job, it's yours.
A water boy? Susan will sure be impressed.
Eventually, Adam Sandler took that away from him. It's just not fair. So, is anything going to happen this episode?
Meanwhile, far away from Peter's troubles, in a secret skyship moored above the city, unseen by any below, behind a permanent shield of artificial clouds, a dark plot is brewing in the mind of that mastermind of mystery, the Sky Master. Listen.
Our plans are almost prepared, number 12.
Master Technician, Sky Master. With that kind of imagination and naming, next week I expect Spidey to face off against the worst enemy yet, Evil Villain. And he'll probably be green too. Apparently that's a thing now. Right now, Sky Master needs to unleash his most potent weapon, the exposition dump.
If you learn the whereabouts of the Robinson home.
Yes, Skymaster. A private estate on the edge of town. Mr. Robinson lives there alone with his son and a small staff of servants.
Excellent, number 12. That all is in readiness for Sky Master to strike again. Why should we attempt to locate the hiding place of the secret chemical formula for the invisibility serum, which the Robinson laboratories are preparing for the government, when we can force the formula from Robinson's lips by kidnapping his only son and holding him captive?
Did everybody get that? There's one in every crowd. Come here, I'll explain it during the next clip.
The miserable earth dwellers, how I abominate them and their stupid laws. The police and the courts sought to outlaw me and to frustrate my plans to free the earth dwellers from their miserable existence, crawling like worms in the mud over the surface of the world when the skies lie open above. But I will show them all.
First, has it occurred to him that we like it down here? For one thing, that's where she is. And if I took to the sky and didn't feed her 4 times a day, she would hunt me down. Second, if he watched this channel regularly, he'd know by now that I'll show them never turns out well. Once night falls, he puts his plan into action. Alas, when the police budget fell on hard times, Inspector Gadget was forced to sell off some of his parts. Soon everybody had a Gadget copter except him. It's just not fair. They hit Roy with knockout gas and carry him back to the blimp.
Soon I will create a titanic fleet of flying cities to rule the heavens. All I need is the secret invisibility serum.
Why? I would think you'd want these cities visible so people can see them and want to live in them. A city without people doesn't serve much of a purpose.
And I, the Sky Master, shall reign supreme.
As Inspector Clouseau might say, the old rule the world ploy. There's always somebody who thinks they're qualified. Hitler thought he was. Putin still thinks he is. Brain tried to take over the world every night. There's always somebody who thinks they know best how you should live. And we humans have a long history of finding the most effective ways to tell those people no. Oh, and by the way,
Coach, have you seen my son, Roy?
You, Mr. Robinson, the big chemical man?
You see, Captain, I was right after all. Roy has been kidnapped by this maniac who calls himself the Sky Master, just as the note said.
Perhaps you're right, sir. Still sounds like a boyish prank to me.
Sky Master.
Why would that blue-clad criminal kidnap a mere boy?
Because Sky Master wants the secret formula for the invisibility serum.
Hey, the big game's on tonight. What'll the team do if Roy Robinson isn't back in time to play? Why, we'll lose the biggest game of the season.
good to know he's focused on the important stuff.
What a big sap I am. My big chance, and I'm letting it go by.
It sucks having ethics, doesn't it? Now let's analyze some of the padding that's coming up. He swings straight up toward the sun, over and backwards. He's in the middle of the river. What's his web attached to?
If I just stayed home, I might have gotten on the team, saved the day, won the big game, gotten a date with Susan, and been a big hero around school. Hero? Ha!
Every so often, he stops to talk to himself about stuff that does nothing to move the story along. That's that super-de-duper nuclear reactor from the last episode. What goes up must come down, and in exactly the same place, which means all that swinging got him exactly nowhere. If you're watching closely, you know we're seeing the same swinging sequences over and over with different backdrops. I've concluded that the visuals don't matter. The point is we're proud of our music and you're going to listen to it if you want to see the end of the story, so there.
Zowie, plenty of wind tonight.
There usually is at that altitude. In the airship days, the Empire State Building had a mooring mast for blimps on top of it, and ships connecting with it always had to compensate for the strong winds. On a really windy day, the building actually sways a certain amount. It's only a few inches so the people inside don't feel it, and most all skyscrapers do it. I know they're designed to, but for me, that's just one more reason to give the Sky Master one of these and keep my feet on the ground.
That's odd. The wind is pushing those clouds around, all except that big funny-shaped cloud up there. I wonder. Of course! I've been wrong looking for Sky Master's secret hideout on the ground all this evening.
That's what he's been doing all this time? Go home and get a good night's sleep, Peter. You're too love-drunk to do this tonight. Wrap up a couple of stragglers, and it's time for the green goofball.
Now it's your turn, boss man.
Maybe this will slow you down, you webbed wonder.
Master, don't shoot. The control board is over there just behind him.
Since that was the same control board as the one for last week's nuclear reactor, the manufacturer issued an immediate recall with a note that under certain circumstances they can have a tendency to explode.
Master, the ship is out of control, heading
Spider-Man doing while all this is happening?
The end of Sky Master and his crazy schemes to rule the skies. But now we got a big game to win, eh, fella?
Yeah, he looks like he's all set to go play football. In the locker room, he's not even sure who he is. Spider-Man says, "You just go out there and play your position. I'll take care of the rest." There's a name for that. In American English, we call it cheating. Roy is the big hero who wins the game. He's so popular, people are having his poopies bronzed. He gets all the glory, Peter gets the satisfaction of a job well done, and viewers get the shaft. There wasn't time to go into all of it, but we had 3 different versions of the symbol on Spider-Man's chest. In some of the padding sequences, we saw the same scene 3 times. I still don't get it. Viewers liked the show, which means we tuned in to watch, which is kind of the point. I don't understand why they did this to us, but the quality took a nosedive after that first episode. It's like somebody was trying to kill the show. I haven't found a reason why, and of course I didn't notice these things the first time around, probably because while I was watching, I was eating, playing my guitar, petting my dog, and probably chatting with my parents at the same time. But having pointed out that ADD covers a multitude of sins, I also don't remember anything from the 2nd or 3rd seasons, whereas several episodes from the 1st season have stuck with me all this time. That probably says something. He has everything. Now let's come on, David.